If you just stumbled across the channel, it's probably because somebody hit that like button before. And for those of you who hit that like button, comment, and subscribe, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Lights are flashing, data streams, oh yeah, crypto dreams, in our schemes. Numbers rolling, feeling bold, on the rise, watch it unfold. Rise to value, take the flight, hold the line, day and night, move with power, make it right. Rise to value, feel the light, light. Charts are buzzing, we align, future bright, see the sign. Momentum, it's in the air, crypto moves, if you dare. Rise to value, take the flight, hold the line, day and night, move with power, make it right. Rise to value, feel the light, light, take a stand, play it smart, in this game, with your crypto glow, it's a start, eyes ahead, trust your heart, rise to value, take the flight, hold the line, day and night, move with power, make it right. Rise to value, feel the light, light, light.
In the dead of night, I'm staring at the screen. Flickering candlesticks, it's a neon dream. Voices whispering trades I shouldn't make. Fevered fantasies are just another mistake. Confidence, they say, buy high, hold tight. Far too late when the market takes a flight. Whispers twist my nerves, I'm falling for the bait. Ending up with losses at an alarming rate. Voices in my head make me buy when I should sell. Euphoria and dread, it's a roller coaster spell. Whispering doubt makes me break my golden rule. I'm just dancing with my demons, acting like a fool. Voices screaming in my head, shut the hell up, please shut the hell up. Stress and panic tug me from side to side. One day a king, next day I run and hide. Self-doubt knocks me on the edge of the drop. My faith in numbers sways until it finally stops. One minute they're shouting about the moon. Next moment despair hits, it's over too soon. Paralyzed by fear, profit slipping away. Caught in this constant battle every single day. Voices in my head make me buy when I should sell. Euphoria and dread, it's a roller coaster spell. Whispering doubt makes me break my golden rule. I'm just dancing with my demons, acting like a fool. Voices screaming in my head, shut the hell up, please shut the hell up.
That is a new track.
In the digital realm where the pixels dance, I'm the trader, the player, the main chance. On the charts, I see the signs, the patterns, trend lines, candlesticks, the market's own tattoos. Highs and lows, the rhythm of the trade. Stay focused, don't let the noise invade. Technical analysis, my trusted guide. In the crypto market, I ride the tide. Crypto patterns, they come and go. Stay ahead, let the market flow. Buy the dip, sell the peak, don't hesitate. In the crypto market, I navigate. MACD, RSI, the tools of my trade. Volume spikes where the profits are made. Bullish and bearish, the market's mood. Stay alert, the game is never subdued. Highs and lows, the rhythm of the trade. Stay focused, don't let the noise invade. Technical analysis, my trusted guide. In the crypto market, I ride the tide. Crypto patterns, they come and go. Stay ahead, let the market flow. Buy the dip, sell the peak, don't hesitate. In the crypto market, I navigate. In the chaos, I find the signal. In the noise, I see the details. With every trade, I grow and thrive. In the crypto market, I stay alive. Crypto patterns, they come and go. Stay ahead, let the market
Check, 1, 2.
flow. Buy the dip, sell the peak, don't hesitate. In the crypto market, I navigate. In
The ringing of the cowbell.
trading patterns, my everything. Crypto patterns, they
Oh,
come
cool.
and go. In the crypto market, I go.
I like that one too.
MACD, RSI, the tools of my trade. Volume spikes where the profits are made. Bullish and bearish, the market's mood. Stay alert, the game is never subdued. In the chaos, I find the signal. In the noise, I see the details. With every trade, I grow and thrive. In the crypto market, I stay alive. In the digital realm, I'm
Ladies and gentlemen, let's begin this show, shall we? Sean, hit the groovy little. Why is my face frozen? Okay. Hit the button, please.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
We're looking fancy. We put on the suit and the tie. Ooh, we're professional tonight. We are pro traders. We got a tie, pocket circle, because pocket squares are for squares, is what I always say. Welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto with Road Dog. How's it going, everybody? Glad to see you here watching Bitcoin just do its boring weekend thing like it does, because the real wild weekend or weekend traders, the new retail, the new blood coming to the market, it's not here yet. It's trickling in, though. It's trickling in. Still a time on the weekend for whales to play games, but we just don't have the little volume there to drive us that much. Did have it to drive us down, though, there on Friday, right? Ooh, baby. Pump us up, then dump us down on the weekend and see where the chips may fall. Makes it a little easier, some of those weekend whales, to get some gooder prices on Bitcoin. Still, we've just been making a higher high. I'm on a 6-minute time frame, by the way, just kind of zooming out. It's this tiny time frame. And we made a higher high, we made higher lows, and that's good. We just kind of rounded out. You see that little rounding shape we've done? Last night we were looking at this rounding shape, and the thing I like about it, a lot of people are scared of the rounded tops. It's going to be the opposite of a rounded bottom, wouldn't you think? Well, no. Usually they will come down to a point, and then they go to the other side. Most of the time that I've seen, I like seeing them myself. I know I can look for some good deals when I start seeing a rounded top starting to form. That's just my take on them, and so far so good. But anyway, we rounded here, and now we got a little bit of a bigger roundingness going on, and that's kind of cool, because you can come down a little bit, maybe even back to the same place and go up again. That's what I'm looking for, if we're even lucky to do that. What I would recommend doing right now is just following the top trend line and see if we get a little breakout of that. Otherwise, we might just be arcing down a little bit, and that's fine too, but we are holding this level here. We're holding this, I believe this is the point of control, is that not right? From our other indicator here that we're using. Right here in the middle, we seem to be holding that very well. Personally, I'm a little bit more of a fib guy when it comes to some of this stuff. And if I do a little Fibonacci analysis here, I see that we haven't quite made it past the areas that we need to. Still looking for this area here. Let me line you up just a little bit sweeter right there. About 97,100 area, 124 to be a little bit more precise from what I had. I'd like to see us get above that. I'd like to see us get above a lot of places. I'm sure we do. Until we do, we are in danger of coming back down to some of these other areas. Quit moving that around, man. And one of the places I would see that's coming back to retest would be about 95.8. Somewhere through there. That could happen. And given the way that they like to do things on the weekend, I wouldn't doubt that maybe between tonight and tomorrow, maybe even, I don't know, after CMA starts, I don't know. They could try to dump us down there. I'm not saying that they will. They may not. But I would expect some kind of support area to be retested on this move. They usually are. They kind of round out and come over. I call them like a Roman bridge looking thing. Bukowski talks about them, but he didn't ever give a name for them. But it's a type of double bottom pattern going on, basically, just to narrow things down. And it's just got more of a rounded instead of a pointy W. But usually you're looking for a higher low here. Or even, they can't even come all the way back down. A lot of times you've got a higher low. What I'm looking for, and we may dip back down to do that. And to me, that's a sign of strength to come back and retest that one more time before we start going up. Also, look at this as being a retest of a breakout of this trend line. Came back and retested that. And that's a good sign to me for more upward. That, to me, that says we're working on making a higher high. We're getting a higher low in. Our next step is to make our higher high, and that's really all we need to do is to just remember that in these markets. And it's so common to it's so easy to flip-flop in our own heads, and when we see other people flip-flopping, especially you see that happen on YouTube a lot. But as long as you are making higher highs and higher lows, you are in a positive trend, and that's the most important thing. And when you stop doing that, when you break that trend is when you gotta start looking when you start making lower lows, or I mean lower highs, or if you make a lower low. Those are your first signs that your confirmations that, or well, signs, signals that your trend has been broken. And in essence, that's the main thing that we gotta look for, because we're trading the trend. And if we can just always keep that in the back of our mind, regardless of what somebody says, cup and handle to the upside. Look, squeeze, a lot of times I see a lot of these people, we'll just flag it out. Let's to the upside. Take, big old measured move to the upside, but they don't see the fact that the trend has already been broken. Okay. And this was one of them, and maybe I drive this home so much because this was actually, I went through all this stuff and I was doing the exact same thing. I was looking at things, patterns that were happening after a trend was broken. This idea was the last thing that clicked for me in my head, where my eyes opened. It's like, oh crap, I see what I've been missing. I've been missing market structure. I thought I knew what market structure was, but no, I didn't. I did not see when the trend was breaking. And that's the important of the trend lines, maybe, and following those. Oh, this stuff gets me excited. I just love it. Anyway, higher highs, higher lows. We're just living on autopilot, baby. See what we can trade in between. How's everybody doing tonight? Let me say hello. Are you seeing your bags pump a little bit? Altcoins are starting to look a little okay. I mean, some of them are popping off. Some of them that I am in, and we've talked about here on the channel, and they've liked, and some of you guys have brought up. Some of the stronger ones, I think, are starting to get more money coming into them. People realize these meme coins suck. It's just a casino. Like, the people have been telling you this the whole time, darling. We've been telling you the whole time. Just saying. But not totally against it. We like to dabble too. If it's got a good chart set up, I like it. Let me say hello to everybody hanging out in our chat. Let me get our chat set up, apparently. Sean, you didn't get the chat set up. I'm just not trying to be critical, or I'm just being passive aggressive. Left or better. Let's bring the chart down. How's it going, everybody? We got Chris Klein is here first. Hey, Chris. Congratulations being first, my man. Jim Derder. He says, looks like XCN's got a little life support. I've got that on my list of things to go down. Floki's Angel says, hey, dog, love the show. I never get tired of that. I just don't. That's my favorite comment of all time. Ando Pancho, Rogue Glide, Chief and Chief, Captain Crypto, to Howdy Crypto. Glad to have you guys hanging out with me. Jim Derringer, Tommy at 2 liters. Am I missing anybody yet? Floki's Angels, I think we already. I'll start. Mike Stevenson. See how long my short-term memory lasts. Kelly L, do you think the market makers keep us close to the CME gap during the weekend? I don't know if they really care about that. I think they will play their games, and they will be driving us back there probably tomorrow. That's one thing we'll probably look at where that gap is. I haven't really checked. It's 94. The last price I got on MBT1, that's the micro Bitcoin futures, 94,675. So it wouldn't surprise me, and that would be, where would that be? Oh snap! What's going on? What happened? I don't know. I don't know what that means. Oh, I'm such a boomer. Hardly doable, I think. That she could even. We got some wiggle room in our trend line here too. That was, wait a minute, 94.6. Maybe we should look at the chart. They got us right here at the. Was that right when the close? They did. Oh, how cool is that? That was when the market closed. Is when they had the big dump. Oh man, that's an interesting idea, Kelly. Will they come back and close that? I didn't really realize that the actual market close was at the actual bottom on that Friday. That smells fishy. That smells really, that's wild. I wasn't even paying attention to that. Good looking out. I think we got our chat here. Now my box, there we go. There we go. Jim Nerger says the weekend hasn't been entirely red. No, we've been kind of hanging. Altcoins over here. Let's see, on the daily, most of them are up a few percent, right? 3 to 4%. So we're seeing some improvement, some money come into the altcoin sector there. Still, and even on the week, we're at break even. Some of them up a little bit more. This section here, what is going on here? AGOD, Anonymous, ZBCN. I think a lot of people have been talking about that one lately. Zebec Network. There's been comedian coin. Yeah, they're the winner. And even this hour, how's it looking for the top 100? A little mix there. Link is on discount. That's how you should look at Link. Link is on discount. A nice solid blue chip play there. Let's take a look at a few of the winners that we got going on. And Maker DAO is one. She was ringing around $1,000 we were looking at before. She's up a lot more than that. I guess we're going to have to look at the Coinbase chart. She's at 1582 right now. Let's zoom out like we should do. Zoom. Oh, it's been a minute since we've been on this chart, hasn't it? I remember. Wait a minute. I think was this back when I was June 23? I can't remember when I bought. Well, Maker, let's see what we got going on. She came down and made a lower low, but now she's bouncing off of it. So recently she's down to $800, and now she's pretty much just 2x'd from that area. I found that to be a little cool. I ain't got no complaints. No complaints whatsoever. Looking at that trend line, now it's like that was a nice area of support. Might she come back and do a double bottom down here? That's one possibility that could happen. My bigger moving averages on the daily tell us, they looking good, and we could come back and see $2,000. I see little signs of curving there, so we might be in a little bit of a slower accumulation. She may not be ready to just pop off and go back to the moon just yet. So in this top down right here, the best way I found to handle this is the old Fibonacci, that 236 area being right there, telling us, being our guide. We can hang above it. That's great, man. But this was the best place to buy. This was the best place to buy, Balloon. If we come back down in this area, well, we can still add a little bit to our bag in most cases. I want to wait for confirmations for if you're a little bit more conservative, but I would be looking at doing that. And so we're looking for to come up here, maybe as high as 2,000, and maybe range through here. That's one scenario. Or maybe we come back down like this. Either way, I'm cool at trying to catch it wherever I can on the low lows to add to my bags, is how I look at it. 3,300 would be the real sweet spot if you can wait that long for prices to hit. 2,400 is going to be a place that it's got to get up and retest. It's just gotta. It's gots to. Doesn't mean it will, but it gots to. If it wants to stay in this game and do anything and be any contender in this bull market, it's got to go there. Otherwise, it's just going to. Why are you not changing the color of my line, man? That's not. What? That's crazy, yo. Try that one more time. I got to color code these so I know what they are. So let's draw a trend line here. Ooh, look at you. We did you and you did some stuff. Let's take you to the next little level because, well, that's all we got to go on really there. Oh my gosh, if we look at a trend line over here, we start seeing something emerge, a channel or even a broadening channel. Meaning you just narrowed down the bigger channel. That's all it means. That's good. Either way you want to play it, they're both correct. I hope that when you watch my stream that you get the takeaway that there's very many ways, especially if you're in the pattern trading, trend lines and things like that, There are numerous ways that can be valid to look at this, and just because somebody sees one pattern, as long as it fits the rules and guidelines of that pattern, then it is most likely correct. I see some people that don't follow very strict rules with those, some teachers on YouTube, but they're few and far between. Most people do kind of respect the general rules of them. We might be making a partial decline here. I like that. It's first signs before we get a breakout. I like where you make her Dow's looking. She's looking promising, but you still got lower highs and lower lows. Until that changes, there's nothing confirmed. So we do have to get above 2,500. But man, what a cool ride that would be. Just to confirm it, that's 58% gains. That's what I'm talking about, babies. You've been adding to your bags on the low lows like we preach here on the channel, like I preach. I just tell you what I do. If you've been doing some things like that, you're probably like, dang, I'm up a little bit today. Another one that we talked about on the channel that's been doing good, and I was hoping I would catch. I've been trying to trap some more of this lower, and she just decided to go out and even break out of my range today, and I'm like, you go, girl. You go, baby. So I was playing the little baby over here if she broke up to these areas, right? And or was it here? Yeah, in the 7s and 8. She hit 8, and I'm like, well, I want to try to catch her some more as she comes down here, but she never did. She's just like, I'm still ready to go. We see a channel that she broke out of, and we got a measure move up to $9.63. I'd like to try something just a little different here, if you don't mind. Actually, I am kind of cool with that. I think 963 would be a gorgeous little target. I want to add a little bonus area just to see if we can hit 1040.
Crashing low, soaring peaks, rebel yells. Through the turbulence, managed so well.
But how strong is that? Look, Ichimoku Cloud. I'm on the daily. Ichimoku Cloud is just like, yeah, you go, girl. I'm behind you. Woo! Let's get it on. And I'm like, yeah, baby. I love to see it when a strong coin is playing out. I especially love to see it if I'm in it. And we have talked about this one several times. And I mentioned that it's one of my dark. And I built a small bag on spot margin. I just saw the strength in it, and I thought, well, I want to get in on this. And started little. And it enabled me to do what you can do on spot margin when you get into a good solid project, and that's as you go up you can build that bag bigger. And I just started with like a $300 position, and this thing's in like around 10,000 or more now, where I've built it up and built more and more coins, starting out with just a little bit, and so far, knock on wood, and now I'm backing up and letting her do what she lets you do, and yeah. Set my little profit targets because she's on a nice little move. OM Mantra Dow, very strong leader, very strong leader in this market, but too high to be chasing now. Right now's the time to be celebrating and selling, and that's my take on it. But she broke bullishly out of what should be a bearish pattern, and that usually leads to parabolic activity, or a nice strong parabolic move. So what we should be looking for this one and any other coin that wants to do something like this similar, because you will see this happen to other coins, believe it or not, and it's not their time yet. But this could turn into a nice 5-stage move to the upside. With a big blow off top is what we always hope for. They don't always make it that way, but you can get several nice bumps to the upside. Elliot, I bet you got something to say here, don't you? Oh, shut up, Elliot. Anyway, you're such a downer, Elliot. Elliot's trying to tell us that the move is already over. Maybe not. I think a retrace and then going up even higher is very, very possible out of this guy. I mean, if you take your measured move alone, if we just take this idea here, apply that to the actual breakout, well, that's where it takes us, about that 960 something area right there. OM being very strong. What do you look like over here on the smaller time frames? Strong as hell.
pocket's a taco stand.
She was ranging, and then you decided, screw you guys, I'm going up. I'm blowing this taco stand. And that's so cool. You can see the slant right there. That's cool. Are you backseat driving? I'm just pointing out what happened as we see it there. The cool thing about this is that these things, well, then they turn into these things. And start getting a little bit more bearish and start slowing down. But I think she'll just keep doing what she's been doing. Just pumping up, leveling out, pumping up, leveling out until we actually hit some very key reversal points. And that $10 one would be a strong one. I don't know, keeping my eye on it, but still. She broke out of this bearish pattern. I would definitely expect a retest of it. And I would be cautious because sometimes when that happens and everybody does get excited about something that comes back, sometimes them little market makers, them little twisted bastards, they will just dump it back in here, and that sucks. So that would be the cautionary thing. So it's always a good idea to be taking profits on the way up. Easier said than done for some of us. Just saying. No, I want to. It can go higher. No, maybe I want to wait till it goes to 15. Okay, we'll do it at 15. Okay. Oh man, and it never hits 15. Oh, those days. Taking a little bit on the way up kind of helps you avoid all that, because what goes up does come down, and eventually. This one just has a lot of helium in this balloon, and it's just not ready to come down yet. But trust me, one of these days you're going to look back and say, "Ooh, oh, she's affordable now." Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Stevenson says, welcome to the fan club. What we got going over here? You guys partying without me on this Friday night? Saturday night? Mike Stevenson, welcome to the fan club. Welcome, my man. Let me come back to the chat here and make sure I haven't missed too much. Yo, Turkey Dog gets the banana on the lower right from MS Rachel Chan. I have no idea what that is, but it is from Canva. Which is no longer on Canva. So if you see it somewhere else, that's probably where they got it too. Do you think did we do that? Did we look at that? We might ought to do that. Let's go check out Bitcoin here on the this one. Let me clear up my Fibonacci. We gotta change our candles. Prediction for what are Clearly, Road Dog sucks. Road Dog, you suck. Your prediction for Wednesday, February 5th target for is this? Did I say that really? 100. Why would I do that? Okay. Anyway, well, clearly why? I deserve to suck if I said something like that. What was I feeling antsy someday? Was that apple water night? Why? Anyway, okay. You suck, Road Dog. The badge of shame. Shame. CME, stay on target, Road Dogs. CME gap. All right, we're here. We're on the daily on CME. And 94,600 is where it closed, and currently we're at 96. We're hanging out about right here, about beneath that green candle. Will they take us down and close a gap? Because what would happen if we open tomorrow, unless they dump us down tomorrow, if we keep going up, or we just stay where we are, that's not a green candle. That's an ugly candle. We would be opening a candle here, and then would that create? That wouldn't create a gap. That would just, I'll gotta wait and see how this goes. If we actually get a gap. I'm not. Because it's got the full bar there. But there would be a gap on, there would be a gap on the small time frames between this area here and there. So they might take it back down to do it. That's the theory behind what might happen there. Greedy bastards, if they didn't get the deal, that ain't fair for everybody else to get it if they trade on weekends. Big money ain't gonna let you get by with nothing they can't get a taste of. They gonna drive it back down. That's kind of the theory behind it, and often it does work out that way. You suck, Road Dog. You thought we was gonna be. Did I really? I can't. I'll own it. I remember doing something, but clearly a technique that I was playing with did not work. Well, here we go. Let's take a look at S-Coin, that old S-Coin Sonic, actually. Why you went from FTM to S? I think I would go with Sonic. Because then you're just y'all, here's just another S-Coin. Come on, Andrew. But it's doing good. She went all the way up to 99. Didn't quite hit our 618 Fibonacci. She got this little support resistance flip area. I think we just eyeballed that one right there. 80 cents. She's doing good, doing strong in a red Ichimoku cloud here on the daily above the 9 moving average, just chugging along, deviating from her original trend line there. And I'm just going to have to zoom into a smaller time frame to get the news on it. Yeah, this thing going, but now we lost that. So a channel. Might we come back and retest some of these ideas? Maybe. I would like to see if it can bounce off of this area about 74 cents. Secondary target to see if it might hold. I want to try this 0.5 Fibonacci. And if it holds one of those two, we are still very bullish. And we can get that 104, maybe even this 117 area, honestly. Let me tighten up me lawns there. And this is on the 4-hour time frame here. Let's see what our indicators look like here. Stochastics buried. My. Money flow coming down. That's a little negative. It's got some negative signs there. Here's MACD. She's been flipped over for a minute, rounding out, I might say. I think I'm going to look for this one. I'm going to look for that one, about 73, 74 cents. See if that one will hold. If it can, we can get a nice move. And I know it sounds crazy. I know it might sound crazy. I actually could go higher than that. I used a different metric there. I don't want to sound too crazy, but I mean that could open up possibility for this window up here at 140 if we do get a bounce there. Simple trend line. Following this will help you catch any kind of breakout ideas and maybe get a little small move up. Let's see what happens here. Nice little curving going on there. I like that. How about XCN? Onyx coin? Here we go. KuCoin's got you. Oh, looky. We're on the 4-hour and it just had that, just getting tighter and tighter. Just on a little downtrend. Sucks to be you. Never breaking out, always making lower highs. Making some higher lows there on most times until you don't. But I don't see an official breakout here on this one yet. I do see some high stochastics here on the 4-hour. Could be good, could be bad. If we're at resistance like that, that means it can slam us down. If we're just getting the party started, then they can just stay up there for a while price goes up. Some people swear up and down by the stochastics. I don't. I'm not that heavy into them. I don't think they're, but I think they help you know when, I don't know, when your engine's running hot or not. When you're getting ready to step on the gas, that's kind of that little boom. That's when the horsepower kicks in. The RSI, I think, is a better indicator. It seems like we need to flip this area, y'all. This 2-cent area on XCN. Haven't done it yet, have we? Thought we were on our way. Now you've got to break out on some levels, but just not the bigger scheme of things, because that's very spiky price action. Let me zoom out on you just a moment, if you don't mind, sir. Actually, I want to redo all of this. Why not remove them? I do want to point this out. This is kind of juicy. You got the not only the green dot here on the momentum wave that just printed on the daily as a, that's technically a buy signal on this indicator. Doesn't mean it's always the perfect buy signal though. So you take these things with salt, but that's a plus. That's a plus to add on our little checklist. Okay, we got that in its favor. But this one down here is also kind of interesting. That one, it's not big and huge, but it is there, and that signifies some bullish divergence on this indicator. That's worth notable. And stochastics are going up. Money flow still in the green. Maybe she'll flip back around. We need that. All the indicators should be pointing up here on the daily. That looks promising here. Bouncing off the 50 moving average on the daily. This looks promising to me that we can actually get a breakout. I would rather draw a trend line on a bigger time frame like this to really lock it in where the bulk of the action is there and the resistance is, and consider that for an official breakout. But I wouldn't be surprised if we do get above 20 or 0.2 cents, 2.1. Open, close a candle there for the more conservative entries, and then we might see some more upside. This one is looking good to me. And we'll take a Fibonacci from the bottom here to the top. Do we need to go all the way back down? It looks like we do. To get... We'll go all the way to the spank on bottom. Did that help you tune you in any better here? That's a negative. That's a hell no. So scrap that idea. I'll just go back up here. I'll just take the impulse move, and what I mean by that is take the actual move where it started. Still, even that's a little subjective depending on how you look at it. I would say and I'm still not satisfied with you, darling. I'm just still not satisfied with you. Isn't that crazy? Take one more pull. Bottom to top, we're going to roll with this and just accept the fact that the night 618 is she's gone. She's gone. We lost it. We're closing candles below it. And it still does put us a possibility of down here. And she's looking a little bit bullish now. She may not even hit down here. Doesn't mean she's going to definitely do it. They can reclaim these areas. This is a time when I would also use a few other techniques to see if we're respecting them.
Velvet nights and diamond skies, every word a sweet surprise.
And there we go. So it seems to be between this first low up to that, the very next high that we got there, which I can tighten it up just a little bit. And from there, we seem to be respecting the 1272 of that move. That gives me a little bit more confidence that maybe now we'll do a high to low. And we'll lay out our basic plan here to kind of track this little guy. And it seems to line up pretty well fib-wise, so. Now, if XCN gets up to 3.7 cents, is that worthy of a trade if we get a breakout? Imagine, if you will, a picture, you and I alone in a kiss. At 2 cents, we enter this trade, and then we just let it do what it's going to do after a confirmed breakout, and then it gets back up to the 618, and $100 turns into, well, $180, and that's just spot. Not bad, not bad, not bad. And it might take it, let's see, we're on a daily. If it got really, really rambunctious, it could just take a few days to get there. Could even go higher. That would be the things I'd be looking for here. Moving averages, bouncing off the 50. I like it. Let's go to the 4 hour. How you looking on the 4 hour? You're above the 9. Ooh, I likes it. I likes it. That's the first thing I look for. Especially if I'm bottom fishing after I see a sign like this, a 7-2, and we're breaking above it. Yeah. I've been in this one already, though. I've been nibbling all the way down through here, so I'm adding to my bags, building this little sucker up. She's down at these bottoms here, getting ready to pop up. I want to be parts of it. Let that bag run. I'm thinking about staking mine. We also got Swift C. Now, I don't have any of this. I keep putting it on my list, but I keep forgetting about it, and I don't think I really have the dry powder I wish I had to go in this. Maybe I could look at some things I might want to take a risk on moving over. They always seem to pump after I try to do that. That's just seems to be the way it works out that way. The whole market's down, man. I'm just going to take my losers, roll them over into this one I think is going to be a winner. And sounds good. Sounds good. Does it play out that way? Sometimes you might work, and a lot of the times the stories I hear in my own stories are like, the ones I sold started pumping, the ones I bought didn't. Kind of got a little level area of here of a resistance. Where is that? 8.018? 8? So we lost a level. We lost some levels here on this one.
He's got more indicators than fingers on his palm.
Guilty. Anyway, I'm going to zoom out to the daily here. And looks like we lost our 50 moving average on the daily. SwiftCoin, I'm not so that you're ready. I think you might be heading toward the 100. You might be coming down 0.012 cents down here. 200 moving average is coming underneath our main trend line when I connect the dots there. I mean, the good news is what I do like about it. This sounds crazy right now until that one day you say, oh man, that trend line did come back into play. Because we can bounce off of these areas, or maybe not even come back and touch that trend line and start working up on this. So this is what's really going on. We're in this opens up a big area of profitability, a big wide open range space where the buffalo roam. Doing a little trend line magic right here, connecting candle bodies to candle bodies. It takes us really nice right underneath those wicks. That I didn't expect that. I'm a little bit surprised. Might we have found a little invisible line of support there? Let's come down to the 4 hour. Oh, she's bouncing off of that, and that's where on the 4 hour, that's where our 360 moving average is. So that's cool. This doesn't really line up very well right there, though. I do like to. Well, you can line it with this one and then cut through that one. That's kind of iffy. We'll go with it. I'm gonna put her on the back burner. She's you can make an argument for it, but you can also make an argument she's got a little more wiggle room too. But if she wants to hold, I'm good with that. On the zone 4 hour, bouncing off the 360. Look, moving averages 800, 600, 360, 200. Those are great. We should be coming back up and talking to the 200 moving average somewhere around 2.1, 2.2 cents sometime soon, Swift. Let's see if that will hold. Otherwise, it's down here. I'm not out of hope that this might hold, so I'm going to stick with that. I see the curving here. That means we're could be accumulating here. So I'm going to go with this idea. I'm going to go with this idea right here. We're kind of doing a slow accumulation in this. Oh, SwiftCoin. I want to post this one just so I can keep this idea alive. It's not really, I mean, it can be depending on your risk tolerance and your strategy. For somebody like me, I would be, this is where I would want to get in. If we got an area of support, I would be looking at trying to do what the whales do and just nibble, 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 nibble. That's what the rounding means. Or nibble, 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 nibble. And then watch her go up. However, losing that 360, I mean, you want to keep your eyes open for those things in case something does go wrong. Maybe it comes up and then rolls up. You know, keep your eyes open. But nibble, nibble, nibbles through here. That's the general rule. What I think is going on against a trend line. I mean, I think the risk to reward ratio here for that play is pretty decent. But I'm not in this one, but it is very tempting. I'm going to try to attempt to post it so that maybe it'll remind me to keep it on my radar because I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting. Telegram, where are you hanging out at? Here you are, trade setups. This is Swift. I think it's just W. There's no C after it, is there? I can't remember. Ticker. I thought I had you printed back there. You're not there? Oh well. I'll correct it later if it's wrong. I think it looks like nice, slow accumulation. How about that old Litecoin? What? That boomer coin? That boomer coin is it's a fork of Bitcoin, just done on a different programming language called Script. Made it easier to mine. It's got 89 million coins versus 21 million. And it's a solid protocol. You can't take that away from it. Trying to find a good, I guess, yeah, you've been on Coinbase forever. I forgot, yeah, Coinbase would have a good chart. Oh, looky! The pasties. I remember the pasties. We were looking at this idea. What if this one just continues up with this parabolic type move and we just start seeing these crazy prices and let's get some of these old price targets out of the way from way back in the day. And gosh darn it, I think we could be doing something like that. Wouldn't that be cool? I want to leave that guy there. We'll make him a little bit dimmer. And I'm on the daily chart for Litecoin, and it looks good. The flipping in has happened back in January. Was when the flipping in happening on the ribbons, when all them moving averages, the ones that really count, the bigger ones, they all flipped right here around the 16th of January. That was bullish AF. Sometime after that, several days after that, there was the big crash that drove us right back down to the 800 moving average, right back to the $80. And it's see ya from there. That skinny wick means, man, people were just hitting that buy button, hitting that buy button, hitting that buy button all day long, and the price that it closed was $100. That's a $20 difference right there in buy pressure. That's kind of noticeable. We're losing the 9 daily moving average, so it looks like we will get a little drop in price, and it might get cheaper. Be coming down to about 117, 118 in my personal opinion here. Retesting that 21 moving average, 50 moving average area somewhere, and trend line areas there. I dare say if you want to break out a Fibonacci, I probably got one of them hanging at the 382. Beautiful, man. That would be textbook for a nice strong move to the upside if that holds. Litecoin, I liked it, I loved it, I want some more of it. If you go to 118, I wants to get me some more of it. Add more to my bags right there for some more possible upside, because I still like that 228 target. Imagine that, if you will. Well, you get 94% return on your Litecoin if you can get it there and sell it up here. I think Litecoin is worth sharing over here. I'm going to, oh snap. Copy that image, take it over here. A little LTC on the daily.
dream sinking out of sight. We hold on tight through the stormy night, knowing the sun's gonna shine so bright. Emotions run high, but we keep control.
I think 118, let's get that to the bags or
The market's wild,
enter a trade.
through valleys low to the highest pole. Hold on strong, we're riding the waves.
Oh, I lost it. There we go. Kelly L says in the weekend trap, they like to play with us on the weekends. They just do. Every weekend. We got Matty Ghost. $10 super chat. Thank you, my man. Yeah, this is for Sturdy STRDY. Let's take a look and see what is that.
When numbers fall, don't lose your spark.
It's got a $36 million market cap. Small market cap is $1.90. That's interesting.
Just a part of the journey.
Ooh, nice. Tokenomics has got 100 million total supply on it.
Every stumble makes us tall.
That's true. That automatically makes my ears perk up. I love these I love the low supply coins. Love them. That's where you get the big spreads. That's where you see number go up quicker. It's when they got billions and trillions of coins that you see them move like molasses. 3 months ago, this thing was 381. Today, it's not. 6 months ago, it was 14 cents. It's up 1,200% from that. This one's on MEXC. ERC20 token is available on Uniswap, so she's available. She's on weeks. I'm not on weeks. I would have to go through Uniswap if I tried to do this little guy. What are you? This is the unlocked schedule. So out of that, so actually that's not bad. It's just a little bit more than Litecoin. Totally different coins, but still 100 million total supply. What's the self-reported circulating supply is 19 million. And so there's gradual unlocks in here over the next so many years. It looks pretty tame, actually. 1 million released, what, on average every month? About 1 million every month coming out. Okay. So you'll have that as being some sell pressure per time, but that's not, I don't think it's bad. And I see nothing about what it is. What is 30? That's what I'm asking. Oh, here you go. You just click it. Decentralized finance DeFi protocol designed to revolutionize. They always say that. They always say the revolution. I'm sorry. It's just for the past 8 years, they're all saying they revolutionize. It's just boilerplate. Designed to revolutionize the way users interact with lending and borrowing platforms. At its core, Sturdy facilitates interest-free borrowing while offering lenders high-yield opportunities in the deposits. So let's see. It's the native utility token of the Sturdy protocol. Plays a crucial role in the ecosystem. Primarily used for governance, allowing token holders to participate in decision-making processes to dictate. Okay, used in liquidity mining programs, incentivizing users to contribute to the liquidity platform. So it sounds like an exchange coin. Is this like an exchange coin? Enter the app. I'm going to enter it. It's a white screen. No, stop! What's this? Aggregator, silos, dashboard. That's complicated nerve DeFi crap. Yeah. But there's a market for this stuff. Okay, interesting. Let's go take a look at the chart. I like the low supply of coins. Sturdy on MEXC. Well, look at you. So not been there too long. Lost the 9 daily moving average, so she may be coming back down to retest an area. Let's get a little bit more noise in here. Let's go to a 4 hour.
electric lights, neon bright, wallets stacked in sleepless nights, dreams of futures so electric, crypto world got us eclectic. Money moves fast and wild, surfing waves like a digital child. West Coast vibes in every trade, no regrets with the past we've made. Number go up, 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 chasing dreams won't stop, stop, stop. Stock for a thrill to the top, top, top. Number go up, up, up. Number go up, up, up.
All right, Sturdy, let's take a look at you.
In the dark,
Oh, what are we doing here?
glisten, whispers in the trades we listen, eerie sounds from the ether's edge, building empires on text pledge. 100 miles
Nice trend line. She's starting to deviate from it right here.
where fortune lies, electric rhythm beats in sync. Every gain is a winsome link. Number go up, up, up.
And there is more of a gap from this line where it touches these candle bodies to this one here, and that's extremely bullish in my opinion. So she started to deviate. In my personal opinion, she might be showing the early stages of trying to do something a little parabolic. Now, we've got some moving averages I've got to confirm and start crossing over, but it's above the 9, regaining on this trend line, and to me, that's a buy signal. That would have been a good place to enter at 180. We're not too far from there at 192, so the party's just getting started, and I'm looking for about 250 and 292 to be some really good shorter term targets there. Where are you, measuring tool? Right here. So from where we are now up to there, that's 30% gains, 50% gains, basically up to 292 target. On the first run, I wouldn't expect it to get past here. I would think they would come up here, do a lower high, and then range, and then try to figure out what it's going to do. Based on its steep pull back to the 886 level there, that's usually what you'll see there. From there, we can figure out where, you know, a bigger target might be. But I don't think she's ready to go for any higher highs just yet. I think she'll range here. But those are some good targets. So at 331, I think it's a good place to get paid. 291, and of course this area about 253 right in there. So you would also look at this as a double bottom or a W pattern where it's what you got, and this 618 is also that confirmation area. It needs to go back there, and it needs to get above it. Actually, you could even take that idea further, get you a couple of measure moves. A big ass measure move takes you there. A more conservative measure move could take you here. And those measure move targets can get us up to 350, 360, 395. That will take a long time for that to go up here, confirm, and then move up there. But that would, if I were to forecast targets, that's how I would look at playing it. As long as we don't, make any lower lows, this should be good. That's my take. And we'll go ahead and share this over. This is the 4-hour. It's also on Uniswap. So this would be a swing trade idea. Targets. think it looks like a good swing trade. Here we are on the 15 minute just to see what's popping off here. Will she come back down? I think she's got a good chance of coming. Now, she might pop up and go up to 203 or something, 205 even. But I think even if that happens, she might get rejected here. Could happen, but there is some resistance right here. But even if she pops up, I think she can still come back down to this area about 183 or 184 right through there. I would keep that up eye on the back burners because you got some crosses here on the moving averages here on the smaller time frames that kind of bring us back there for a little bit. Otherwise, I'd be looking for higher highs and higher lows. Ladies and gentlemen, let me come back to the chat here and see what's going on. Kelly says, what do you think about GRT? Is that the graft?
Bought some tokens that went up into the sky. Thought those gains would never ever say goodbye.
I think that's the graft, right? Or it's not graph link, just the graph. $1 billion market cap. This is where we are after they've unleashed all these tokens, millions upon millions upon millions of tokens every month over the past few years after they, talking about how great it was. It's just always been on a downward trajectory. You got a total supply of 10.7 billion, and I do say the more billions you got, the slower that they like to move and do things. 9.5 billion in circulating supply. I think I do have some of this on a wallet somewhere, but it's not anywhere near a main play of mine or anything. So it is an indexing protocol for querying data networks like Ethereum and the IPFS, and that's used for Web3. Part of having a website, a Web3 web address, IPFS, and browser capabilities. Powering many applications both in DeFi and broader Web3 ecosystem. Anyone can build or publish open APIs called subgraphs, and applications can query using GraphLink. I think that's GraphLink, right? Or GraphQL to retrieve blockchain data. So it's a bit of a nerdy play, a developer play. Can it do? I mean, they can do good. And I think she's probably been beaten down pretty good. Let's see. By the retest of this area. Oh, look, we went right into it. Sweet. That was 10.3. We're at 13. That was from way back here, but apparently it's still doable. Oh look, we get a measured move. Cool. Technically, I think. Yeah, well, did you kind of played that? If you're going to buy her, this is a good place to buy it. If you're going to enter it, in my personal opinion, if you want to take a chance on this one. And we've seen her get up, but just remember that back in 2021, when she did get up to these targets at 290 and even at R29, you didn't have the billions of coins that were out in circulation at the point, and that does have an effect. And that's something. There was a time when we could look at coins and say, "Oh man, they could probably make high, break a new all-time high from the previous cycle before." But you don't see that happen as much on altcoins. Some of them do, the strong ones do, but a lot of them you will not see it, and that's because of the token allocations over the bear market, and even up to now, unleashing tokens, and they just keep saturating the supply. Especially if they got billions of coins. So I think it's fair to assume that we can come up to some 618 targets. So 84 cents, and that's good. Even if we were to take it from an all-time high, possibility maybe getting 180, maybe. I might even throw the 0.5 in on that one, about 146. So I think it can make some gains. I don't think it's going to make outstanding gains. We've only got about 12 months, 10 to 12 months for all the magic to happen, and all the magic cannot happen with every coin. So it's going to be diluted on some of these altcoins, I think. but it doesn't mean some good gains can't. The best gains are going to be made from where it's at now. That's how I'm going to say it. So 500%, 900%, 1200%. I just wouldn't get caught up in thinking the idea that, you know, that we're definitely going to see new all-time highs on a lot of these coins, though, because we're just not. And the tokenomics kind of affects that. But this idea, especially this target right here, well, that's pretty good. 84 cents and we're at 13. And that's the only way I would look at it if I was going to buy here, really. Unless you want to take a shorter term and sell at 34 cents. That's not a bad idea. You definitely moonbag your bag there at 34 cents. That's a support resistance area. And I would go with the 618. Because it might not, if you do the support resistance, and that's a fine way, but the reason that I go with more Fibonacci's than just, you know, going back to these areas and doing horizontals like that and, you know, using that as my target, because, well, they don't always get hit. Didn't get hit here, it made a lower high, right? Could be making a lower high here too. And then you get to, oh man, now I get to play all this low game again. So Fibonacci's helped me avoid that. And they're not perfect either, but they're better than, in my personal opinion, than trying to use this strategy to set targets. It's just a little tweak on the traditional. Gives you just, in my opinion, it gives you just a little bit of an edge to get your targets met. And some people would disagree, and that's perfectly fine. We don't have to agree on everything in here to make money or even to get along. But we are making a series of lower lows and lower highs. So the possibility of this one making a lower high for today is at 34 cents would take care of that. But you could moonbag it, and then it doesn't matter after that, right? Take your money out, $100 in here, take your $100 out here, and then let it fly, or whatever amount that you got. And you got zero risk in that. And to me, I think that's the best way to play any kind of plays that you do down here. Moonbag them suckers. You're not going to have many opportunities to buy things on the bottoms. The question is, do you have the guts, the balls, if you want to say, the cojones, to go in and jump in? Or I'm going to make this one and plan the trade, or the investment, or the long-term hold, and then play it. So I think it's got good possibilities to definitely make gains. I just wouldn't expect it to be outstandingly going to some astronomical number. Let's moonbag or moonshot to $10 or anything like that, though. But it can get some good gains. I think we see a lot of coins like that. But I love them when they're down at bottom. She did one little roundy bottom here, a little double bottom scenario, peaked up, made what I call the butt crack, but you can say it's a Fibonacci harmonic pattern that brings it down here, and this is the retest. She probably won't come back to these areas after leaving here. And that's probably true for a lot of coins, altcoins right now, to be honest with you, from what I'm seeing. Let's go back to the chat. See what we got. Oh, Kelly L. Thank you for the sticker. Thank you very much, Kelly. I appreciate that. Thank you. Jim Dander says we could pump in the summer instead of the spring. No idea where they want to make the moves now. Well, it really depends, in my opinion, and that of many others as well. I agree with Bitcoin dominance. And I'm still looking at this area at 73. That's the 618 of our bigger pool here, and that's where it's always been rejected. That's when the altcoin season. This was what I would call a mini altcoin season. This was the better altcoin season, and this was back in 2021. Now remember, this happened. Here's the difference between last cycle and this cycle, right? This is where we were 4 years ago. We were in the altcoins were taking off 4 years ago. They were doing good through this time, all through summer. they're not now. We're getting the opposite effect. We're getting the Bitcoin effect, and Bitcoin is getting all the attention now. It's kind of like we're delayed a little bit, you know. And if we're going to put some of Gann's ideas into place, and it's not a perfect representation of it, but I would be I would take into account how long it took it to do that from these areas. Let's go from that last one. I just want to measure a little time scale here. But that was, well, I mean, that was before. Now, if I'm looking at this second little run up there, I'm just looking more at the angles. I'm looking really more at the angles as far as projecting time, but it's got to point toward November 2025. I don't know. That would suck if, you know, we have to suffer until November before we see a decent altcoin season. But last time, altcoins were doing better than they are now, and I still thought they were doing kind of crappy, honestly, during this time last year or last season, last cycle. You'd see gains, but and some of them would do good, but some more than others. But you're still left thinking, where's all the big gains? Where's all the big money? Because it was nothing like here. And that's how they were selling the idea of what you would expect. You're expecting the same thing you got here, but you weren't. You're dropping from lower. But Bitcoin dominance looks strong, like it wants to keep on going up, and that's going to, you know, altcoins can still gain because it'd be just like they have been this whole time, but they're going to cycle. They're going to go up and down, up and down. So you got to start taking profits on the tops on them, because what this means is Bitcoin dominance is going up, and what you're seeing happen in altcoins is that they're just cycling around. Can we draw, please? I mean, they're going up and they're rolling over, coming back down. They're giving back their gains, and they're just oscillating. They're doing this while Bitcoin is gaining. But now that's not a horrible thing. You figure this out, and now we're kind of late to the game on it. But if you are taking profits, you know, as it's going up, and then when it comes back and levels out again, because it's done this 3 times, we bought them out 3 times again so far. While Bitcoin dominance has been going on, this is what we've been doing with altcoins. Going up, giving back the gains. Going up, giving back the gains. Coming back to square one on a lot of them, except for a few that have done exceedingly well. I think those are the ones that we should be paying our attention on. I think the best thing that you can do for your altcoins, if you really want to see if you should be in one, is gauge it against Bitcoin. Because if it's not outperforming Bitcoin, or have a strong likelihood that it will, then why are we in it? We should be in Bitcoin. And that's a hard pill to swallow. Unless you're a Bitcoin maxi, and then you're like, well, duh. Altcoins suck. But, you know, I'm not a Bitcoin maxi. I believe you can use altcoins. They just have not been as cooperative this cycle as they were in 2017. But they weren't as cooperative in the last cycle either as they were in 2017. That was the golden era of altcoins. But we still got a year to go. A lot to go. How long have we been going? An hour 18? Let me come back to the chat here.
I'll buy and sell, but the market's got me in tow.
Money flow index bottom looks promising. Haven't been this low on the MFI since 0.001. Hey, Gap Filler, how's it going? XRP head and shoulders. Price was suppressed all day. Let me clear out my stuff here. Well, too early to call it head and shoulders, in my personal opinion. I think that can lead to money loss if you try to call things too early. Possible. She could be setting up for one. Got to confirm. But that would imply that it would XRP would just be in a position to come all the way back down to $1. And at this point in the market, that's a little a little hard to see happen for something like this, but let's see what else we might be having here.
When I was younger, I never knew the value of Bitcoin, it would grow.
The beauty of angles kind of spell out a channel from these touches down here, even to that wick that we dropped down at 176. Normally I do this opposite way, but I did it backwards and it came out just fine. Candle top to, or candle body to candle body right there. Might have a little finagle adjustment there. But basically that identifies the channel that we're in, so kind of like that idea. If I were looking at XRP in the bigger term, 382 bounce, nice. And that would have put this one on the radar for here. However, you could say that got invalidated when we came down here and went below the 382, even though we recovered it. Maybe you could say that. It could still play out, though. Very most definitely can. And 316.
I'll never sell my crypto stashes pad. It will be bought, it will be sold.
Let me get me.
The price will rise, the price will unfold. It will be bought, it will be sold. The crypto market, it's a story to be told. It will be bought, it will be sold.
Let's see, XRP. You are in a little bit of decline. She's lost her 9 daily moving average, but she's testing the 21. She could recover from that, but it is starting to look like we are rolling over underneath the 50 is what it really looks like. She can recover, but will she? Ichimoku Cloud says she's on the. She's using again. She took out smoking again. Them bad habits. She's probably coming down more than likely down here. I think either retest 229 or
I've got a transaction.
nice.
It's burning in my soul. A secret code
not something that.
only I can hold. I'm chasing the high of a digital thrill.
This one may not just nail it. There's
Me fulfill.
not exactly the strongest confluence other than the 100 moving average coming over there. 240 might hold, but I'm really looking for this area about 229.
I'm craving the rush of a blind.
If we lose the 21 moving average, we might bounce and just recover from here because you've got a trend line. You got this thing going on, so we could, if this holds, we could bounce from right there. And
But the pleasure within.
squeezing in on a symmetrical triangle kind of shape, just squeezing in here. I mean, I would watch both these trend lines.
And crypto.
You might get a surprise breakout of this, according to the cloud.
That are yet to be told. I'm trying to head on, but the fight is getting strong. I'm stuck in a loop.
You do have bearish divergence here, so that's giving us that.
It's a digital.
There was some hidden bullish divergence here, so that says that the trend should continue. So if it found support there, I would follow this trend line and see, because that trend line, since it bounced off of there with hidden bullish divergence, that trend line is likely to hold. Let's see if it does. 252. we come back and say, "Oh, you suck, road dog." I think it might hold at 252 actually after looking at that.
But the pleasure.
Oh, watching this trend line right now. Will 250 hold or not? Kelly says, use an 800 moving average too. I didn't know people use that one. Yeah, you can use whatever you want, but I mean, it gives really good confluence. I didn't always used to do it, and I tell the story sometimes, but I was just using the 5 moving average strategy, and every once in a while I'd pop it in, but then I started back testing it and seeing how well the price reacted to it, and then I decided on adding 3 different ones. I found that the 360 moving average, and that also has some numerical factors. 360 degrees is in the square and a circle, and that kind of ties to Gann and some other stuff. And it does. I see price react to it a lot. So I like that one. I think that can be very helpful for forecasting and finding some support areas that other people would not be looking at, or that you might miss otherwise. And say, oh, glad I had that there. I would have missed that. Then I got the 800. And I find that using that 666 moving average, the Lucy line, I call it, the devil's moving average, that one has a lot of play. But I use it more. I use it more to gauge the momentum, how it reacts to the 800, whether they're crossing bullish or bearish. I find that clues me in a lot, and helps me stay on the right side of price action a little bit. So yeah, I do. Yeah, I find that the bigger moving average, I think they're helpful. They're very helpful. Everything that I've got, I'm hanging on to because it's helped me. I've learned something from it, and it opens my eyes to things I wouldn't have seen when I was just trying to do what you see a lot of people do right now, flagging to the upside. I mean, that's what we were taught on a very basic level. And I mean, you got a bias on that. You're always pinching the tips. That's what I call it, pinching the tips. And if you're always expecting this, I mean, you're patting yourself on the back when you break out in the right direction, but that's about as far as it goes. And, I mean, if you're banking on a target getting hit, you'd be disappointed. That's why some other things kind of tell us where things can go, like the Fibonacci's, the 1414, the 272s, those little guys right there. I've just found some better ways to kind of find better targets to take profit at than what I met in me old trading group. Casey Peterson, hey, welcome. Tardy to the party. Hey, he showed up. That's all that matters. If you got a rewind button, you can skip through all the boring stuff. You're doing just fine, baby. Thank you for being here. Metal bounced off the trend line you drew. Very cool. Did it? What was that trend line? Metal blockchain. What did we do it on? We did it on MXC, didn't we? That's what's so cool about trend lines. Is that you get results with trend lines. That's why I'm sold on them. And the angles. Sold on them. So cool. And it wasn't just it was also the Fibonacci clueness in there, that 111. So not in the 360. See the 360 moving average on this particular time frame. It did a nice little bounce from that area, didn't it? We didn't nail anything to the penny, and you really shouldn't even. It's cool when it happens, or cool when it nails a certain target area. It feels cool, but you can't be saying that's what I'm gonna do. That's our goal. To predict exactly where it's now. We just want to try to get that good area where we can get a good entry. A good entry in the bottom of a trend line is always a good entry in my book. That's nice. Come back here from where it went down here to where it is now. 15%. It went up as high as 35%. Nice. I think I just screwed something up there. Over here. Okay. Kelly says, I got to learn the moving averages, trying with the 50 and 100 right now. Now, I did go over that in the chart school. I think you have access to that over there, right? Over there. It just takes time to get used to them. But I do like the 5 moving average strategy. That's what I started with, those 5. And there is, and once you realize it, I mean, I guess is what there's a dance with them. There is a dance with them. There's a movement with them, between price, and they seem to respect the sequential orders that they last out. It's just they're cool. They are cool. You get a lot. The moving averages will tell you a lot about momentum and what's going to go on, and it's more than what's being explained out there. A lot of people say just wait till price comes back to the 21. But no, man, add some more and see how they relate to each other. The way that those moving averages relate to each other, man, that tells you, this fleshes out the whole story in the novel that we're reading right here. We're not just reading the headline, we're starting to get into the whole article. It's just kind of cool. Long C, how's it going? Kayla says, Bitcoin dominance wrecking our portfolios. It usually does. That's usually the culprit. Unless you hold mostly Bitcoin. Exactly, because that's what's winning. Avi Medina says, I really like your techniques with the moving average. Thank you, Avi. I appreciate that. I'm glad that it resonates with somebody. I mean, I didn't start out this way. This is what has developed over time, and I think it's really insightful. Casey Peterson says it's always a great show. Thanks for now. Thank you, Casey. I appreciate that. Says I need to rewatch. Kelly says I need to rewatch your moving averages from Chart School. I keep mixing them up. I don't know. I'm mixing them up. I don't know if I really understand the context of that, but I would tell you what the things that seem confusing. You just give it some time. Just give it some time. They will start making sense to you. I think one of the things that we want to do when we start learning TA, if we're kind of new to it, is to try to rush it, and then we end up missing some of the key things that we got to go back and relearn. And for me, one of my good examples is the trend line. I knew it, know what it said. Yeah, trend line. And I'd hear my mentor say, all right, you know, when it breaks it, you know, that's your sell signal. And I'm like, yeah, okay. But I'm like, and all I can think of, yeah, but you got a falling wedgie here. Let's play the falling or whatever, the flag to the upside. And I didn't take this. It took me. One of the last things. Why are these things working out? Because you broke the trend. You broke the trend. That means you bump up here, and then what you expect a flag to the upside turns into a top pattern or something like that. Those kind of ideas. And I was trying to rush me pattern learning. Like shoulder, head, and shoulder. Blah, 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 blah. A lot of the common mistakes I see still being taught. I don't know, but gradually, you start seeing some things. And for instance, you know, some of the Fibonacci stuff that I've been learning now. I've been going over some of the material that they printed on that trading group stuff. Now they never talked about it or anything like that, but there was somebody in the group that knew about it. And now I'm seeing some of that information. And I'm like, oh crap! I skipped over that page. Really, for real? I had to figure it out on my own and piece it together from other sources when it was there the whole but nobody was there to explain it to me. But still, looking back over some of the material, those ideas were there. I was like, oh gosh darn it. But I think it all just comes and opens up to you, you know, in time, as you let it. If you don't try to force it too much, don't freak out about it. Don't let it stress you out. I think that's the thing. I'm not getting it. Just chill. It will come. Kelly says, I keep mixing up the different numbers and what they mean, especially in relationship to each other. Well, like a 9 and a 21 or a 50 and a 200 or something. Well, if the smaller number, I'll draw a different line here. Let's say that the purple one, if the smaller number is bigger than is above the larger number, you're good. If the smaller number crosses the larger number, that's bad. That might be. So we want them in sequential order. We want the smaller number to be above the bigger ones, and that usually means positive momentum there. That's just one of the many ways they can be useful. Kaleo says, I need to take notes and write it down. Study serious. Yeah, actually, if you will do that, when you make that effort to start doing stuff like that, that's when you start seeing your game improve. It really is. It really is. Even if it's just little scribble notes or whatever, there's something about the fact of you making that effort and actually putting that idea down on paper, manifesting it in the 2-dimension, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, it does help it stick a little bit better. Taking notes does help. Even if you don't remember what you wrote down, I mean, it's in your subconscious mind. It will be there, and even if it don't click, then it will start clicking. I promise. It just slowly reveals itself over time. A lot of it is just the psychology of just getting used to something new and willing to put your money on it, and willing to trust in something that you don't see yet. We're forecasting in a way. I think it's fun. It's fascinating, and especially if you make money doing it, that's the bonus. But if you just focus, I think the biggest thing is just don't focus so much on the making of the money, the trade. I mean, I focus on the art of this and trying to learn a new technique whenever I can that can help me out even better. But there's just an art to it, and you become your own little artist. And it's like, was it Sam P? Kind of says a performance chartist. I like that. But you find your own style, you do, and it starts working. And you just take styles from the other people and keep what works, and then 86 what doesn't. Then don't feel bad about it. All right, guys, it's been an hour and 36 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and close it out. Thank you to 25 people for hanging out with me. Went over a lot of coins and a lot of the ones that are strong in the market. I'm sure I didn't get everything, but I did get the super chats there. Oh, wait, did I? Maddie goes, oh, you slipped one on me. I didn't see that. NCT. Let's take a look at NCT. Maddie, thank you for the super chat. You gave me it looks just like the other one. I almost missed it. Oh, and I got 2 more. Okay, I got 2 more super chats. Okay. So we'll go ahead and I missed that one too, EW. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything else. Okay. Okay, good. I think we're up to date. Okay, so let's go check those out. I'll do them in order because that's just fair. Check out Trog against Bitcoin and against Ethereum. Trog. And we got to do it special, don't we? Trog against Bitcoin. She's still in that bottom range, but it's a W pattern. It's just got to confirm above these areas. It looks like she lost. Well, the trend line was a shaky trend line we were following there. We extended on, and yeah, that's better. I like that better. That really kind of fleshes out the angle that we're in. So far we're just in this channel, which is bearish, but it doesn't have to be. I like this. I'd like to see it move up here. If it doesn't, it may come back down in range for a little while. That's the little. She's either ranging, coming up here to get resistance and come back in range again, or we're actually going to leave this little area, and the W pattern could be it. Let's see, Trog against Ethereum. Well, she's obviously ranging too. It's kind of odd. Got a scallop. I like this. I think it looks not enough price history to go on, but I'm going on this bottom pattern that I'm seeing here, and I like it. Let me pull a fib real quick. Oh yeah, I like it. I like that. So we might got a possible breakout idea here. And if it can confirm past this area here, then we got a W pattern confirmation, and that gives you That gives you a measure of mood. It's basically letting you double it up. I haven't got nothing on these numbers though. There's nothing coming in because the numbers are too big. So there's nothing popping up as far as numbers go. All 0, 0. But I can tell you that when she comes up to the peak, then she can double up. Let's see, 7% from there. Another 3% takes us up to 10%. From here to there would be 14% gains up to there. That makes. I have no numbers on this chart. Sorry about that. Let's take a look at NCT. Polyswarm. Okay, I can't ever remember that name on this one. I remember looking at this. NCT's on Osmosis. Oh, cool. No, wait a minute. No, that's not it. That's Nature's Carbon. That's a different coin. My bad. I got excited for nothing. All right, so it looks like Coinbase is our best place to look. Let's go out to the daily. Oh, nice bump up. Looks like we looked at it since then. Double bottom, like that. She went up, spiked up, came all the way back down, huh? She likes to do that a lot. That's not bad though. But she went right up to the 618. I didn't have that marked as a target. Normally I would though. We want to keep it on there. I actually want to keep all these targets. And honestly, I think the best way to play this little guy is to set limit orders at every one of these little Fibonacci points and just wait for them to get hit. I do that a lot. She just retraced all the way back. And now getting in or adding to your bags again. I mean, 42% up to the first target, 4.5 cents. Second target, 132% gains. 191% gains up to 0.09. Back to the top that we just had, 250. And then bonus targets, man. To me, this is a perfect setup just to pyramid out. Perfect, because she's likely to come up and then try to do something like that again. I'll take this and oops. Let's see, we got the targets over here. So I guess respecting the base trend line here. The main thing is to finally get above this area at 4.5 cents and hold it and stop coming back into here. What it is, just come right back into the discount zone saying, hey, buy me again. Let's wash, rinse, and repeat. Let's make that money again. And this one looks like a good one. Look at all the gains. Wow. Just playing that, you're 2x and possibly your bags just up there, just taking limit orders, just setting limit orders and letting them get hit. I'm going to copy this image, post it over here. I think they make nice swing trades.
I grow and thrive in the crypto market. I stay alive. Crypto patterns, they come and go.
Just come down to the smaller time frame and see how she's reacting down here. Nice to see the 800, 600, 360 right there. They're in nice sequential order, just hanging tough. Means we can range back up through that. We already have. We already went up there. Should be trying to turn things around. Turn it around. Turn the page. Curve it over. Curve it over. I think it looks good. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. We'll take one last look at Bitcoin here. 96,000. I'm going to go back to my tiny time frame. Where's my, where's CoinEx? Oh, here we are, CoinEx. I was looking for the possibility of doing this last. Oh, this is where we left off last night. Okay, this is what I was looking at for it to do last night, and it did not come back down there. And I'm not pissed off at it. Pissed off at all. It may still hit this level though. It just may be taking longer. Let's see if we can get any kind of new information here. I doubt that this will hold if they are. Well, I mean, it can hold. Honestly, I still think we might hit here 95.3 over the day or next day or two. I kind of see that. I do. Just so next target I'm looking at that we might find some support is revisiting this area at 96,181, and that's basically just coming right back to the low we had before. Thank you, Fibonacci, for pointing that out. I don't have to go over here and figure it out myself. But I think these areas could come into play here. Will they be dropping us down? I don't like what I see going on there. I mean, I'm hoping for a higher low. I think it would suck to see a lower low. It's suggesting maybe these areas. I don't think 96.1's going to hold. I may be wrong, but we'll see. But this one's showing, she's showing a little bit of weakness right here. On the 6 minute, the moving averages is mostly what I'm looking at here too. I'm kind of concerned about this one crossing over this one. I'm keeping my own notes. That's what I said when I watch for these. And we're on a smaller time frame, but I apply this to whatever time frame I'm looking at. 360's already crossed over it. We're losing it. 100's already crossed the 200. So this is looking kind of bearish here in the very small time frame, 6 minute, 5 minute, right there in those areas. We're getting ready to dump down, and I think we're going to get past 96. So good. I get to buy me some cheaper Bitcoin. I'm excited because I'm ready for you. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. See you again tomorrow night. We'll look at the weekly candle close and hopefully start seeing things shape up for a better week. It may be, there's going to be lots of news come out, I think this week too, FOMC or something. I don't know, all that stuff where market makers like to play with us. So it may be a little shaky week in this very last week of February, which should be a good week for Bitcoin. Maybe the miracles happen in those last few days there. Guys, trade carefully. Trade carefully. I think you are seeing some improvement on your altcoins on some of them. On my bags on my coin on BitUnix, they've been doing fair. I'm still down on a few little calls, but overall the thing's going up. How's it doing? Let's look at our BitUnix thing before we try it out, because this is where we'll be doing our giveaways for the show whenever we get this account up. So $1,000 account overall is still up 1135. Futures accounts, we're at 576. We finally broke over that 552 area, but some of them are down. Let's see, my IP play, the new one that came out, yeah, down a little bit on that one. I'm just nibbled, not too big. Bigger than I want though. I want $32 on that. We're up some, we're down some, just kind of balancing out. Stop losses are set. In profit, we're available. If not, we're watching and monitoring. That's kind of where we're at right there. We'll see how we are tomorrow. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. See you tomorrow. How many times are you going to say that? Thank you, Kelly. I appreciate that.
Bought some tokens that went up into the
I can script written down shopping. Me too.
Never ever say goodbye. Dollar cost dreaming, thought it was the plan.
That's a good comment.
Now my balance sinking like it's stuck in quicksand. They said grab the dip. Now I'm flat out of dough. Crypto spinning wild. Man, it's taking me low.
I really only have one active membership, and that's the $3 one. I was planning on taking things and boosting them up, but there's nothing there on the $24 membership. There's nothing extra there. So I'm not. I thought I had it disabled. I mean, I have plans to try to do something there, but I'm not ready for that yet. It's just the little $3 membership. Gives you everything at the moment. Thank you, Gap Filler, for hanging out. Turkey Chief.
Euphoria to gloom every single night. One moment it stars, next crashing down from the height.
I keep mixing up the different numbers and what they mean, especially in relationship to each other. Well, the numbers themselves actually just mean how many candles. So a 9 moving average just means that 9 candles is tracking the average of 9 candles. A 50 moving average means it's tracking the price average of 50 candles for whatever time frame that you happen to be on. Just take it in stride. Take it in stride. Don't let it stress you.
Digital dreams evaporate so fast.
If you let things stress you, you start getting, makes you want to start giving up and not being as excited about it. And so I'd say just don't stress it, because it can get exciting, especially if it works and makes money for you. It gets really exciting then. This is a skill that's worth developing. A skill and an art, I would say. I believe anybody can do this. And you can make this as simple or as hard and complicated as you want to make it. And some people like to make it really complicated, and it helps them sell courses if they can explain all the new little secrets. But it doesn't have to be. Still, all comes down to support and resistance and trend. See you guys tomorrow. There you are.